What up, good people? It's your boy Morgan Mall, and I'd like to welcome you all to Mall on Movies, where I talk about movies that I've seen from the theater to the couch. Now remember, I'm not a critic, I just like movies. What up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Mall on Movies for the calendar year 2025. Y'all know who I am. I'm your host, Mall, man. In the background, I got with me my man, Daytrick from Day Ray Media. You know what I'm saying? What up, man? Happy New Year. You know, we back in the
good stuff.
We back in the lab. You know, we back in it. You know, here just to bring you all another season of, y'all know how I do, man. I just like to talk about movies that I enjoy. As you see, the tagline, I'm not a critic, I just like movies. So, man, we go just kick it off and get into this new year, man. We wrapped up last season with Gladiator, and so you know, I've seen a few movies over the last couple of months. I think Daytrick seen a few, and I'm gonna just run through them to you real quick. And that's, I seen Mufasa, the Lion King, The Fire Inside, which is the Clarissa Shields story. Then entering into January, I also seen Sonic the Hedgehog, and then Bonhoeffer, the Spy Assassin. Seen that. Then hopping into this new year, One of Them Days with Keke Palmer and SZA. Den of Thieves, of course, Dog Man, Love Hurt, Hard Eyes. So those are just a few of the movies. I said a few, sound like a lot, but that's what I've seen over the last couple of months. And so we'll highlight a few that I really, you know, really appreciated or enjoyed. But as you all know, it's February, Black History Month. Some of those movies, it was a couple of months ago. I'll tell you the ones that I got key moments from. Dave, you seen Mufasa, Lion King, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that I enjoyed it. How'd you feel about it?
I enjoyed it a lot, man. The only thing is I was surprised that my kids they was underwhelmed.
Really?
I was like, I was shocked because they were saying that I got a 22-year-old and a 12-year-old, and both of them were saying that it was rushed.
See, I
not quite sure
what was actually rushed.
I'm seeing a running theme here because he also said about today's movie too. So,
okay.
So
yeah, see, man, I'm gonna tell you, like I said, I mean, y'all know I don't too much watch previews when I go to the movies. I don't like to have too many expectations of movies or whatever. So I was impressed. I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it. I like the twist that they put on it. You know, these prequels have really been, you know, doing the thing. I think we talked about last season, Transformers, the one, you know, and getting those origin stories, and having that. So Mufasa, I thought the graphics, I thought the everyone who did the voiceovers, I thought that was nice. You know, I mean, even the fact, I liked Beyonce having Blue, you know, be a part of it. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. And I think I want to say Donald Glover was a voice over. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. But I enjoyed it. Now I tell you what's funny, man. I said, man, the one thing I picked up on, man, with you know, understanding the battle between how Scar became Scar, you know, and I said, man, golly, why does it have to be the one thing that breaks brothers up?
Women.
Golly, it got to be I mean, it's true. I say
give it to Simba though, man. Like Simba tried, and he tried to give him his moment, and she just wasn't happy.
She chose. I mean, that's you know, it's funny because I say, you know, we have just God talks and conversations about men's vulnerability or sensitivity and all of that, and it's like, man, men are as much as they try not to act like it, they are very possessive, protective of their women. Should be protective. The possessive part, ain't really that. I mean, and it's funny that, you know, to be tripping on something that's not yours, type of deal. And so to see that unfold like that, and see that that's where this battle comes from, where these guys were like adopted brothers, you know, and family and all of that. And it wasn't like Simba was getting at. I mean, not Simba, but Mufasa was getting at her. It was that. I mean, actually, he was trying to put them together, and she just didn't. She wasn't feeling them. I mean, that's it. That so I mean, and you know, it's so funny that we bring that up because this is what started the beef of Mufasa and Simba. Like I mean, Mufasa and Scar.
Yep.
And so I like I said, man, I was sitting there looking at it, I was like, are you serious? He go wild out like that over that. So definitely, man. But if y'all haven't seen Mufasa, the Lion King.
Question though.
Yeah.
Did he direct any of that anger at her?
No, I mean, I think he was just salty, like, but he didn't. No, not at all. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, but even if, I mean, I don't even think that's a situation where you can be angry.
Yeah.
Right? Like because the thing about it too is that he didn't have she wasn't attracted to him. Mm-hmm. Right? And when he was when Taka was like getting at her, he didn't really even have the confidence to do it. He was, you know, Mufasa was helping him, and so he didn't even have his own originality to get at her. So it's like he didn't even have a place to put anger towards her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't, you know. So but he was salty because he's looking at Mufasa like, you went behind my back, or you know I wanted her. Yeah. So and you know what? That brings me a question to you. What is your take on? Is there a guy code? Is there a bro code to where, you know, you see a woman that's attractive, your man thinks she's attractive, he wants to go after her. Is she immediately off limits? Where is the line drawn?
Man, we got some bro codes, but I don't know, man. I think if the chick, if she chose, I'm interested in somebody, and she chose my friend.
Yeah,
I ain't salty about it.
You know what?
I think I done had that happen before.
I know I've had it happen. I know I've had it happen.
Like, I ain't tripping, man. You know, I think he handled it immaturely.
For sure.
For real, because I mean, again, it was clear that Mufasa was trying to help him out.
Yep.
And it was clear that she made her choice.
So it's right. And he threw the whole squad under the bus over this. He done, you know, and the thing is by the time he realized what he had done, it was too late. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he tried to go back and clean things up, but at that moment, the damage has been done. So, man, y'all go see Mufasa, the Lion King. The other movie I said for you all to go see is The Fire Inside, the Clarissa Shields story. She is a woman boxer, undefeated, Olympian. Man, her story it's just a beautiful story. I said it's a story of dedication, determination, just overcoming the odds. You know what dedication looks like when you go after something and stick to it. So definitely see that. I know that's streaming. I mean, it was. I didn't know too much about her, and you know, in the boxing world and all of that. But man, her it was an inspiring story. Actually, a friend of mine is so funny because a friend of mine who's seen the movie, she got fired up and went and signed up for boxing lessons right after seeing the movie. So that was really dope. You know, to see the impact that these biopics have, these stories have. Other movie, One of Them Days. I felt like it was a cool chick flick, like far as comedy, good comedy with Keke Palmer and SZA. I said, you know, take a kid to go see Dog Man. Lil Rel does the voiceover. Dog Man is actually based off of a book series as well. And then, excuse me, y'all. My apologies. Also, another movie, man, coming into the new year, which I have been anticipating for the last 4 or 5 years, is Den of Thieves with Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. And man, that movie right there, I feel like What do you think Dietrich? They going for a third one?
They definitely set it up for
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Honestly, I can see one more. All
I,
right, one more. That's it.
One more. That's it. One more. That's it.
You know
One
what I'm
more. That's
saying?
it.
You know, I hope they don't ruin it with. I'm not a big fan of certain CGI and stuff. I hope they don't ruin it by going too far on
Yeah.
the CGI and
The action scene, the shooting
some of the
scenes.
stuff, man, could be like, come on, dude. You know, I feel like they, you know, they didn't go too far.
But yeah.
But it was times where it's like, all right, y'all,
Bring it on back. you know. I think, and like I said, y'all know this show is you've had to see the movie because I'm not about to go back and retell the movie, but I think it's interesting. You have Gerard Butler's character, you know, from the previous movie before. Now he's off of the police force or whatever, and so he still has this good cop in him, but still like good, dirty type of thing where he's still a cop. Like he still wants to be on the force, and so to go undercover and befriend O'Shea Jackson Jr. You know, to be a part of his mission, to set them up for real, but to be deep in it, and then you, like I said, I'm watching the movie the whole time, and I know the viewers, if you've seen it, you was probably looking too, like at some point when is he go flip, you know? But once again, what's crazy, man, it's always a woman. Like he falls in love with the woman, so I really think he not go flip, and then he flips, and so it has me thinking like, dang, like with O'Shea's character, like now that he's reeled in and tied in with the mafia mob, like where do they go next? And does Gerard Butler still lend help? Because even though he flipped on them and got them all locked up, he helped get O'Shea broken out of there as well. So like I said, I was excited to see that movie. Of course, the first one is always the first one. I mean, it just has so many twists. You didn't know what to expect. I think in this one, you went in already knowing what it was gonna be. Like you already knew what it was. So I think Den of Thieves 2. I rock with it. I definitely watch it again. So I think you should all go check that out. Another movie that I just recently seen is I said if you into slasher, gory type movies, it's a movie called Hard Eyes. It was corny like most horror movies are, but it was cool. I stayed up through it and watched it through a very interesting slasher. Basically, the killer is killing people that's in love, like that on Valentine's Day. He's like the Valentine's Massacre type of deal. So, like I said, if you're into slasher type movies and gory, go check that out. I think that's far as more recent of what I've seen. Now, with this month being Black History Month, I do want to bring attention to two films that I think everyone should really see, and one of those films is The 688, which was directed by Tyler Perry, starring Kerry Washington. The 688 is considered to be it's based off of a true story, whereas the movie is based on a true story of the 88th Central Postal Directory Battalion, which was a unit of black women who served in World War II. And so basically, you know, they were in these critical conditions. Their job was to get the mail to the soldiers and to their family and all that. It had been, I think like a few years since, I feel like they said like 3 years since people had been getting mail. And they were responsible for, I want to say over close to millions, 17 million or different mails. And so during that time, this is World War II, and I think this is important. The reason why I'm bringing this up, like I said, it is Black History Month, man. We have to be mindful of the times that we are in and support these arts and these films, because our history, this is a very important moment in our history that, you know, I know none of you all knew about this in school. So we have to have these films, but Kerry Washington, she showed her ass. She did a great job in the film, but you know, it was touching to me. It was very, like I said, man, anytime you see the struggle of what Black people have had to go through and to overcome and rise up. And this one is all women. Man, it's just always touching to me, and seeing that. And then the connectivity to that is knowing that we're not too far removed from that. So it's one of them things to where it kind of grounds you, but then it's inspirational at the same time because you see the effects and how great these women were. And you can sit and say like we think about, even now, like the importance of the mail system, the postal service, right? So think about being in war times and you not being able to reach your family or no, especially this is the day when this is World War II, this is in the 40s, right? So you don't have phone communication like that and just be able to reach out. So if you don't know where your loved ones are, for them to achieve, and they were under some rotten conditions, you know what I'm saying? Cold buildings, the generals making it hard on them. You dealing with letters with mildew on them. You can't like the way these women came together and just used all of their intelligence and everybody played their role. It's just it was so beautiful to see. And from what I've read, it's like it's pretty much 90% accurate to what really went on. And so then come to find out, I was doing some more reading and research. Big Sean's grandmother was a part. Y'all know the famous artist Big Sean. Shout out to Big Sean out of Detroit. But his grandmother was a part of this battalion as well. And so, like I said, man, I think we need to make sure we support that this season. So it's on Netflix. Please check out The 688, directed by Tyler Perry, and like I said, starring Kerry Washington. Another film that I want to really push for people to go see is Nickel Boys. Now, I was blessed with the opportunity to be able to work on this film or work on the promotion of it. Nickel Boys is directed by Ramel Ross. It's based off a book written by Colson Whitehead. My role in this film was I was gifted the opportunity to put together a HBCU tour for the screening of it before it hit nationwide. And so the agency I worked with is a Desiree Jones company, and so we took this movie to 5 different HBCUs. Shout out to Lincoln University, Southern University, Elizabeth City State University, FAMU, and Texas Southern. And so how we set this up, which was really dope, is that we screened the film and then we had a panel discussion afterwards. And so we mixed the panel discussion in with, we had students and maybe a faculty member or a staff member from the university. And so it was a really great experience. I was blessed with the opportunity at Southern University to find out that one of the students, one of the cast members in the film was a student at Southern. And so that was, shout out to Kai. Man, it was great meeting you. But like I said, that experience and opportunity was really great for me. And also this film has been nominated for Best Motion Picture of the Year and Best Adapted Screenplay. So we'll see what happens once the Oscars roll out. Now, just to give you a little background of the film, because it'll be streaming here soon. Basically, like I said, it's based off of a book written by Colson Whitehead. It's about a reform school that was in Marianna, Florida. The school was open from 1900 to 2011. And during this time, it had been abuse going on with the boys, rape going on with them, to the extent of they were killing young boys and burying them on the yards of the reform school, right? And so real crazy story as far as like in the book. And actually right now the book is being banned. Once again, it goes back to all the things that we're dealing with right now. So this book in real life has been banned in certain states. Well, director Ramel Ross, he did a film loosely based off of the book using 2 characters, and the movie kind of basically deals with the friendship of 2 of the young men that went to the school, and the school takes place, or the movie takes place in the 60s during this time. So this is I mean, y'all know what's going on, the civil rights time and all of that. And so the overall movie kind of focuses on the friendship of these two young boys. It doesn't dive into too much of the abuse, but you can sense it, right? There's certain images, but it's not as in your face. It's a real artsy film. The unique thing about this film is that it was shot in first person point of view, so it really draws you into it. So I think you all should go see it. Like I said, it'll be streaming, I want to say, beginning February 28th. So just check out for Nickel Boys if it's not playing in a theater near you right now. Like I said, it's Oscar nominated. I wanted to share that because that's something that I'm very proud to say I got to, like put this in front of students. And the other dope thing about it is that we're still getting emails from the schools and students of this conversation of how these stories aren't told, understanding the hidden racism, the abuse, these things that have systemic racism and all of that, and like how these students could be affected by this because these are certain things that may not be taught on campuses. And let me tell you what's even crazier. Campuses on HBCUs or HBCU campuses. That's correct. Can you imagine going to a historically black college/university and can't learn about black history? Like that's where we at. Like that's what we're coming to if y'all hadn't paid attention. So I'm sorry to get deep with on y'all, but it's Black History Month. Black history is very important to me. As y'all see, I'm black. And so, but those are two films that I just really wanted to highlight today and just let you all know the film that you should check out. Now, the movie of the month, the movie of the week, which kind of still leads into Black history, right? Because the star movie, which is ironic, the irony in this, Captain America, which has a black Captain America, man. And so with Anthony Mackie, shout out to Anthony Mackie. I see that the film has already rolled over about 100 million between in-state and overseas. So kudos to them, because that's a big deal. But Dietrich, let's get straight to it, man. How you seen Captain America?
Yeah, I saw this one. Like I said, I alluded to earlier, man. My 12-year-old again. He liked the movie. He gave it a 6.5, I think he said.
Okay.
He said he felt that it was rushed, and I'm sitting here. I still don't understand that, but it's a few. I enjoyed it, man. I think that I'm a little confused about some of the story.
Yeah.
Some things of the story.
Yeah.
And which is we'll get into some of the comments I pulled up. But
okay.
It was a few things I was kind of like,
Yeah, so I'm not like I said, I watched the Marvels, but I'm not, far as character-wise, not a big, Captain America is like not one of my favorite ones. He kind of I always kind of low-key feel like it's kind of boring to me. It's just character-wise, and just Captain America. Like, I think I started looking at it like, when you start ranking like the top superheroes, you say Captain America, Superman, Batman type deal. He would probably fall underneath. You know what I'm saying? Superman and Batman. I
don't even know if he was even mentioned in the Batman.
Like in the top. Yeah. So, but it is what it is. So I mean, off the rip.
But I guess if you're a comic head,
right?
I feel like you needed to be a comic head to
really understand this,
to get this one.
Yeah, because like I said, I mean, apparently. And see, we nuance to this. You all like. I guess they just be switching Captain Americas.
Because I didn't even know they switched. But then I found out that it's actually in the comics that they switched Captain America. So
yeah.
But did they explain the Red Hulk? Did they?
Like, but maybe, and that's where your son may feel like certain things was rushed because the storyline didn't develop. Now, so for me. I tell you, audience, I had to go see it twice because the first time I seen it, I blinked a few times. So I kind of got up and was a little lost here and there. And so I'm glad I did see it a second time because it made me catch a few of the things. So even understanding that they did mention, like, so with Ross, who, as y'all know, turns into the Red Hulk, the whole issue with him and Banner. They mentioned the Green Hulk. I was lost. I was like, well, what about the Green Hulk? But they mentioned what happened with the Green Hulk in the very beginning and what that was. What I want to speak to though is I'm looking at Captain America's character throughout the film, and I was wondering. I'd love to get some feedback from those Marvel folks. Is the character for him? It felt like at times that he hadn't fully embraced the role of Captain America. And sometimes, I was looking at that. I don't know if you felt that, Dietrich, but I felt that, and I was wondering, I said, well, maybe if that's the character, and I looked at it in two ways. It was that maybe that's the humbleness, but I think sometimes we as people get into our imposter syndrome to where we don't feel like we deserve or belong. And then I'm looking at him as a black man and saying like, man, like for you to uphold this position, is this a part of the character, or am I reading this wrong or anything like that? So it didn't feel like a lot of bravado. And it may not be in Captain America, but maybe that is on purpose. So I don't know if I was reading into it. Like I just feel like most superheroes.
It was on purpose.
You think it was on purpose?
I hope, because and if it is on purpose, I think that it's dope.
Yeah,
I think that it's dope that he didn't just become Captain America and just like he just been Captain America for years. Like and then it'll help in the next movie.
Yeah,
it's like okay, I feel it now.
I feel yeah.
So if that's the case, if it was on purpose, then I think that would be dope.
Do you have any highlight moments that you enjoyed? Like what do you think about the fighting scenes, the action and the?
I be at a point where I be like, man, in Marvel movies and movies like that, I be like, man, y'all done tore up everything. I'm like, what could you possibly tell, man? Again, I guess for me, the even the part where the music started playing, they started shooting at the president. I thought, okay, I immediately put that connection to the music. I didn't know if it was something else. I didn't know about the flash thing.
Yeah.
So they went back and looking at the camera, but immediately I heard the music and he went and lost it. So I knew that he must be out of his mind in order for him to do that. And then I heard that music. Then later on, I was kind of digging that, but I still, honestly, I feel like, and maybe because I'm not a Marvel person, I just feel like the story was kind of a little flat to me.
Little flat, yeah. I mean, and that was the thing for me too. It was I couldn't tell. Like I said, I had to go back and watch the Winter Soldier and one before that. Like,
I did miss a few. So I have missed a few. My son told me, because the last one I saw was the Avengers,
with Thanos. What's that? Okay, yeah.
So Endgame. So I don't even know how they got missed some stuff. Since then. Yeah,
like I said, that just wasn't one of the ones I particularly followed. But I will say, like I said, it was the story. So I get where they say it was kind of rushed. Because this is what I tell you. It was, they went to that after the fight with the Japanese and going through that. I felt like that it was such a, between the fight and then we getting ready for the press conference and then my man the green guy getting locked up and then his voice coming over, just those last 10-15 minutes.
Now, that was because it was kind of like he just gave up. He was like, okay, I'm going to jail now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so he had this plan for this
and all this stuff, and he was like, yeah, that didn't work out the way, because he said that the setup didn't work out the way he planned.
Right.
Okay, I'll go to jail now. Mm-hmm. I was like, huh? Wait a minute. What just? Matter of fact, I want to dive into if you dive into
Okay.
So I'm gonna start by saying let's highlight the ratings here. Where the Rotten Tomato is audience rating is 80%.
Okay.
Which I think it's a little low for
Marvel.
Yeah, it's 80. It's normally like 80.
And 90,
easy. So 80s is pretty low for this caliber of film. And on the critic side, they gave it a 49, which is I just expect that from them.
Yeah.
And then I got some So let me just start with it. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, I gave it I was on the six and a half, 7.
Okay.
You know, I wasn't wowed.
Yeah.
By anything. I wasn't wowed. It was the fighting scenes. Some of the stuff was cool. But I'm looking at that Hulk scene, that last scene. I'm like, my man getting whooped. He getting whooped. He getting whooped. And then all the stuff land on. They both under, and he break up, and then he just start talking to him to calm him down. Which, I mean, I know that's a part of the deal, but he was getting dragged.
Yeah.
The whole like for it to just mellow out like that. That ending was kind of soft for me.
Yeah. I want to mention some of the comments.
Okay.
In the comment section, and I found this comment kind of is pretty interesting too. Some guy said it was okay. It was nice for them the way that they brought back some of. They got back to the Marvel universe. I'm pretty sure that's some comics.
So yeah.
He said something about this right here caught my attention. He said they didn't really explain how the green guy get to his powers and how he get to do what he do. I thought they did.
I thought, I think. I mean, what it all was the serum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying. So it was them keeping him locked up, and then that rage and anger, like it wasn't able to be controlled. The difference is that Harrison Ford's character Ross didn't know that that's what he was taking. You know, because he was going to get help for his health, so he didn't know, and that's why I thought, I was like, dang, like he didn't know, like he kept raging, and I kept seeing the pieces of the rage happening, and I remember that one scene where he hit the table and it kind of cracked, and I think his press secretary lady or whatever just kind of looked like, wow, you know. So going back and saying, I don't know if I would have picked that up, you know, after on that first occasion. So
yeah, I did pick up early on that he was going to turn.
He was going to turn, but you just didn't know when and how.
I just didn't know when and how, and I definitely didn't know he was going to be red.
Yeah.
Here's another one. This is a bad one. They was like, this movie was well acted. However, the script, CGI, editing, and director is complete garbage. Directing is complete garbage. Well, they said director, but it's complete garbage. This is Anthony Mackie movie, who I like, but not Captain America movie. Another failure by Disney.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was saying. It was like I said, man. I want to support and say, I just didn't know if he embodied that. I mean, like we said earlier, I don't know if that was on purpose or if that's, you know, if that's what it was supposed to be.
So I did see some of the comments where they were saying something about. So apparently there's many movies or many series on Disney Plus.
Okay, so we need
people are saying they're referring to some
to
of
the
that.
stuff. Yeah.
We must be missing a lot.
You're missing a lot. Yeah. I think even the Miss Marvel and all of that. I think all the Disney Plus stuff got to go back and see. But you know, what I will say, like I said, man, just to wrap it up in a bow on a positive note, we got to support when we have these black leads. So still go out and see it if you haven't seen it. You know, and if you're a part of the Marvel universe, let me know what I need to go watch and see, and tell me, you know, send me a message and say, hey, you missed this, or I'm totally off the mark, because I will admit, like I said, this is not one of my top ones, right? But I was going to go see it. I did go see it, seen it twice, and I did enjoy it. So I do want to say that, like, I did enjoy it, but it still kind of felt a little flat.
Yeah, I
you know,
enjoyed it. Yeah,
it wasn't trash. It definitely wasn't trash. So, but yeah, man, y'all check that out. Like I said, y'all already have the other movies that I've seen. We got some big ones coming up in the next month or whatever. And, you know, I'll be right back at you. Just remember, I'm not a critic. I just like movies. It's been another episode of Maul on Movies. Peace.